Shalom, everyone. I hope that you are doing absolutely fantastic. Shabbat Shalom. If you are new, I'm not sure you're religious or Jewish or anything like that, but I am in covenant with Yehovah Elohim, maker of heaven and earth, for all uprightness, and I love the word, and so I do get on the Shabbat. If you don't know what the Shabbat is, it's the Sabbath, which is today's Saturday. But anyway, it is a rest day, and I just like to get on and just take from Psalms 119 because the high arcana of the tarot is found there. And so anyway, here we are. Here you are. If it is your birthday, though, today, happy birthday to you. Happy anniversary as well. I hope it's fantastic for everyone, and everybody is finding themselves in a place of rest. So if you don't know what shalom means, if first time ever even hearing that, that's a Hebrew word for peace and wholeness and being complete and being at rest. And so anyway, I hope you are finding yourself there, whoever you are, on the other side of this video. If you're upright in your heart, I bless you. I send love and light and all of that. So anyway, let's go ahead and take a high arcana here from Psalms 119 and see what Yehovah wants to bring out. I've been meditating today about a lot of third-party energy that we've been seeing, and looking at some information that Yehovah's just downloading about that. I'm not sure that I'll actually get on face-to-face today because I'm just relaxing today. If I get on camera, I might get on like this and share with you a little bit about giants and things like that, because I've just been meditating and doing some study this morning about it as he began to speak to me. So anyway, kind of big information. And so anyway, I guess we're going to look at the cuff today. Please be patient with me on reading these. As you can see, it's written very small, and thank you, Yehovah, for this day. I just appreciate you so very much, and I just ask that you just bless the people of the earth that are upright in their heart, and that you would keep our eyes and our hearts open to truth and truth alone, and that we would listen to our God-given knower that you've given us to walk away from things and emotions and feelings and things that could trip people up, because that is not your will for us. You want us to walk straight on and to see the path of uprightness and righteousness so that blessings can come. And we just thank you for this day. So we have the cuff, which would be the sun card, and it's found in Psalms 119, 145 through 152. And it says, I cried with my whole heart, hear me, O Yehovah. I will keep thy statutes. I cried unto thee, save me, and I shall keep thy testimonies. I waited for the dawning of the morning, and cried, and I hoped in thy word. Mine eyes wait for the night watchers, that I might meditate in thy word. Hear my voice according to thy loving kindness. O Yehovah, quicken me according to thy judgments. They draw nigh that follow after mischief. They are far from thy law. Thou art near, O Yehovah, and all thy commandments are truth. Concerning thy testimonies I have known of old, that thou hast founded them forever. It is forever. He is the same today as he was yesterday, and he will be forever. They don't change. It's the whole duty of man to keep his covenant, all of them. And the Shabbat is told to us that when we keep it, that is our sign between us and Yehovah. And so there are certain things, people, in which we can tell who is who in the earth. And a lot of people haven't been taught correctly, and some people are discovering it. And there are certain things that keep us safe. within keeping the whole covenant. And anyway, the sun represents us being able to see something. It goes to our heart, it goes to love, it can go to our eyes, because when the sun's out we see everything, right? In the Hebrew, we know that it is a forcible overthrow for a social order or for a bright future. And so when the sun comes out after the night is here, and it's stating here that, you know, mischievous people are watching in the night, but we are people of the day. We have the sun that is inside of us that does light our way, and it does forcibly overturn things when we do keep the covenant. And so the sun is here, and this is what Yehovah has brought out. It's the most positive card in the deck, and it goes in every one of our signs, and yet it just reveals so much to us when the sun comes out. Right now it's in Aries, and that is actually, let me just touch on this for a minute, because actually it goes with what I was studying this morning. I was mentioning to you guys at the top of this video about third parties, and that third party goes to giants, and we talk about stuff like this on my channel all the time. So if you are new, it's real talk on my channel. It gets real, and Yehovah is revealing the hour that we live in. We need the sun to reveal some stuff, and Yehovah's word states that he is a sun and a shield. All right, and so the giants, not long ago, I think it was a couple seasons back, or maybe it was just last season, I don't remember. Yehovah's brought it up a couple different times. I have a deck of cards that show the strength card, which would actually take us back and relate us to the 5th house, is where the sun rules over in the zodiac. But the strength card in one of the decks that I have, it is somebody being bullied. But there's a great big bull there, and there's, you know, somebody's trying to hold that bull back. And Yehovah stated that he was going to bully the bully type of energy. As I did my studies this morning, and I'm not done with it, because Yehovah's really just putting some stuff in I don't know how much of it I'm going to reveal, because I need to set with some stuff. But he showed me that when I went to go look up giants, and it went back to a bully, a tyrant. The sun right now is in Aries, and the emperor in the negative has a meaning of a tyrant type of a energy. Stubbornness, a bull could be found there. Okay? And so if you think about as above, so below, as in the earth, so as it is in heaven, we really are dealing with those types of energies, with players and in and out. It's fire, it's passion. So we've got the sun as a big fireball, and it's in a fire-like sign. And there is an ancient history. If you go back and look at Mars, Aries type of energy is said to be ruled by Mars type of stuff. And the 8th house, which you go back to Pluto type of energy, which is death and life type energy there. There's a lot to this. I'm not really going to get into all of it. But a bully and a tyrant is energy that we must get up and allow Yehovah to fight against, so that it can be overturned, because the sun will overturn something here within those parties that are trying to bully and things like that. A giant also took us back to a feller. That word took me back to an agent as well. Well, let's look at that, because it really does connect with the tyrant energy, and a bully type of energy being there, and an agent being traced back to Mars and Pluto, to FBI type energies. It's huge how energy will literally manifest itself, and we are living in a time, people, where the coming of the Son of Man, and if we're taking all this back and we are relating it back to the flood, which can be connected to the first house and the eighth house together in the ancient way of looking at something. And here it is, the coming of the Son of Man again, and the flood being there, and we've got what they call now star seeds. And after the flood, if you go read in Genesis, it also tells us that there were giants in the land, and after that. Well, and then the Christ said when he came back, it would be like the flood. And so we do have giants in the land, people. We do. And I've talked about this before. Because it's a fire flood this time, it is trying to come in this realm in a very spiritual sense, but yet there is mixing of things. We'd be crazy to think that we are the only people that exist in the earth because we're in the universe. We know that there are angels that have fallen and things like that. We're also in judgment of things as well. And I really, am intrigued at looking at this stuff, because if our eyes aren't open to see stuff like this, you'll be duped at a third party. Giants, going back to people who are tyrants and bullies, that word traces us back to people who are just cruel, that oppress people. It actually took, so it's, we got bullies even in authority, because it took us back to authority, rulership. Okay, well, look, obviously we're looking at the emperor, and his meaning could be a tyrant in the negative, and stubbornness is also a meaning of the emperor energy. So we got rulership, and we got a lot of oppressive energy going on within rulership. Traces us back to a giant. What does that say? Who is a giant then? It's easy to detect it, people. It really is. If people don't have love in their heart, there's a mixture there within their self. There's just a lot to think about. I'm just throwing some stuff out there. Maybe you meditate on something about it. But these people that have mixture within them, they go back to fugitives. They're divided within. They like to cause a division. They are murderers and thieves at their own heart. They like to cause an oppression. They're full of dead men's bones on the inside of them, and they are they're giants. They're NEPHILIM. They're both. This energy is both. That's why there's such a division going on. That's why there's so much oppression going on, because people have mixture within. If you're in love, nothing will offend you. Does that mean that we don't get up and fight? No, we got to get up and fight these things. We got to get up and fight these things for peace sake, so that something can be overturned. Again, I say all the time, you and I prove who we are by what we do, not by what we say, because we got a lot of people that will oppress in a very creative type of way to get people trapped up in stuff. Okay? People who make you feel inferior, that was a word that traced us back to a NEPHILIM. People who just want to cast you down and judge you for something or something like that, just to oppress you. These people have NEPHILIM seed within them. Okay, now some people just get caught up in that kind of stuff, and they're not. But it's time to wake up now. Let the sun shine in and wake up and detect some things around you. If somebody is acting a certain way and they just constantly, all the time, you can't even get them to look at something. Something's wrong with that. Something real wrong with that. That's a big indicator that there's some type of a mixture within a person. Okay. Anyway, that's heavy, rubby stuff. I really didn't know I was going to go there, but I guess I already shared what I was going to possibly get on share with you all. Huge energy coming through my spirit, but we've got to get rid of the third party type of energy. and so that we can have, let me just say real quick, this energy of the tyrant and the bully and the giant and the Nephilim and being cruel and oppressive and inferior and being judgmental and all that kind of crap, it really did trace me back in my studies to Venus, which actually goes with the emperor himself. And we are told in the book of Revelation that I'd give you the morning star, which would take you back to Venus herself. And in the book of Isaiah, when we're looking at that portion of scripture where he's given an account of Lucifer being narrowly looked upon, and people saying, "Is this the man?" It goes back to, there, you can trace all that back to one another in the scripture there. Venus takes us back to a mistress lady. I thought that was very interesting, really interesting. It's amazing to me how the tarot actually tells it all, and Jehovah likes to hide some things right in plain sight to prove who we are, and if we're going to chase after him and study, so that we really we really are catching the wicked up in their own trap. We're not supposed to be ignorant of the devil's devices. We ain't. It's time to get these people out. It really is, so that we can truly have a land that will rejoice in all uprightness. And anyway, just a lot of stuff for you to think about. Just a lot of stuff for you to just maybe get your wheels turning. I'll be back for a reading for the daily reading. Until next time, enjoy your day. Shalom.